Hey guys, Ryan here. So what an amazing day. I had a couple of clients first thing in the morning at our studio here in Ocala, and then I drove up to Jacksonville and I met with the owner, Chris, of Iron House, and trained with Stella. We trained her glutes and her hamstrings today, and I had an opportunity to chat with Chris. We are going to start trying to come up and do pop-ups up there where I can bring the Neubie, I can bring the Pinoe, we can do metabolic testing, vo2 max testing, which is really important. The vo2 max testing is very important for our fat loss phase, and the metabolic testing is super important for looking at where we are calorically. Have we shut down our metabolism a little bit, or are we still doing good? It'll also help you gauge if you are in fact putting on muscle and not just body fat in a build phase, because you'll see those calories start to climb. And if you are on a GLP-1, you can actually monitor it and verify that you are in fact not losing muscle based on that metabolic test, because again, the more muscle you have, the more the faster your metabolism is, the more you'll burn. So, and then when we go into a fat phase, the reason why it's super important to do the vo2 max testing is I can tell you exactly how much calories you're burning in each zone, and what zone, what heart rate range you need to actually be in order to be burning fat, which is the only reason why we are doing cardio in a prep situation, is to burn off the body fat that we have accumulated during our build phase. So it's kind of pointless if you go and you do cardio and you're in a fasted state and you're doing a Stairmaster at 20 for 45 minutes, and your heart rate range is in 150 to 170, and you're doing nothing but burning glucose. No body fat whatsoever. So what happens is the body will then start to break down your muscle tissue that you just spent months building, and it will use it to fuel the cardio that you're doing. This is why it's so important for us to know what your vo2 max is before you start your cut. And then it'll also tell you what your, it'll give you the best indication of what your biological age is, not your chronological age. So it'll tell you how your lifestyle is actually impacting your longevity. So, and then the Neubie is a neuromuscular re-education device. I can do several things with this particular device. So what I'm doing with Stella is we place the pads on her muscles that we are attempting to train, and then we are using different frequencies to stimulate different responses. So if I have somebody who cannot connect with that particular muscle, I'm going to start them off with a 500 hertz, which is going to help to actually engage the nervous system, get the nerves to start firing. At 500 hertz, your muscle is getting the impulse to fire 500 times every second. So if you have a trigger point in this area, generally the muscles will start to relax. I can do, prior to our training session, if you're not sure which muscles are firing correctly and which ones are not, and we are dealing with a chronic pain issue or something along those lines, or an imbalance issue, what we could then do
in half a mile, keep right to continue on Northeast County Road 314.
Sorry, I'm driving home. What we can then do is I can body map you. So basically I use the Neubie and I trace your body, or the area that has been causing you issue, or that's associated with causing that particular issue, and we'll see which muscles are firing, which ones are not, and then we'll train and improve your range of motion that way. And then another way we can use the Neubie is with neuropathy.
Keep right to continue on Northeast County Road 314.
It's one of the few times where water and electricity go hand in hand. They go very well together. So basically, I put the electrodes
Continue for 18 miles.
into a bucket of water. You put your feet in, put the pads on your low back, and we send electrical impulses through the water, and it helps to regenerate the nerves and reduce the pain and inflammation in the nerves and in the feet. We could do the same thing for the hands if you're having carpal tunnel issues as well, which just dawned on me. I should probably do that with Dave, but that means I have to get him into the studio. So anyways, those are 3 ways we can actually use the Neubie. There are various other ways. I can stimulate your vagus nerve with it. I can use it to help with lymphatic drainage as well. I can use it with gloves, and I can do a neuromuscular massage with the particular device, releasing trigger points using electricity. We can also use, I have got sleeves and I have socks as well to help reduce pain in your joints. So the knee sleeves are generally pretty large though, so if you're a small boned individual, we'll have to play around with the pads if we're looking at reducing pain in your knee. And those are the two of the devices that I intend to be bringing up with me. And again, if you are in the Jacksonville area and you've been looking at either the Pinoe or the Neubie or to train with me, then please reach out. I'll be happy to treat you. Again, this is going to be up at Iron House in Jacksonville, and I will confirm dates here within the next week or so. And again, it's all based on my schedule with competitions. So once the competitions are done and over, then I'll set a pretty standard schedule as we happily go into a build phase, because I will say they have some amazing equipment for the glutes, and there's one particular device there that I like to use for the hamstrings and that glute hammy tie-in. So I am looking forward to going up there with the Neubie for myself and using that particular device. And then they have the Glutenator, which if you've been following me for a while, you know how much I love the Glutenator, and I wish we had one in Ocala, but we don't. So Kissimmee, which is also 2 hours away, and now Jacksonville both have the Glutenator, so you almost need to drive 2 hours away in order to get that, and it really works at the lower. I find that it always helps to stimulate the lower glutes and that teardrop area. Anyways, that's it for now. I look forward to seeing you all in Jacksonville. And also, another thought is, if I'm not overly busy with training clients, I will also be bringing up samples of Rogers rice. So if there's any gyms in the area or supplement stores or nutrition stores that are interested in trying Rogers rice, please also reach out to me. I'll be happy to drop off some samples, talk to the owners or the decision makers, and connect you with Roger himself. And if you do move ahead with a purchase of wholesale products and you want to save shipping, then I could easily bring it up with me from Ocala, and you can either meet me at Iron House or, depending on where you are in the Jacksonville area, I might be able to drop it off. All right, thanks again, guys, for listening. I know this was a long video, but I do appreciate you listening, and I look forward to seeing everybody in Jacksonville. Talk to you all soon.